Yo, welcome back. Let people know we are live. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Smash that like button. It's your boy Dom, Mahu Viv, coming to y'all live with another episode of Speak on It. We jumping right into it. We got baseball, we got basketball, we got football. I wanted to say happy holidays to you guys. I hope all y'all had a happy and a wonderful Merry Christmas. I hope y'all be safe on these COVID times. But let's jump into it. Yeah, stuff that happened in baseball, right? Blake Snell is now the Padre. Um, you Darvish, talk to me about it, man. Talk to me about it, man.
They're coming. And I think that was the message. We're here to win right now. And the first thing I thought about was when Manny Machado signed a couple of years ago. I was one of those people that was like, "What is he doing? Why is he going there? Why did he choose there over the Dodgers?" And it looks like they sold him on we're going to make sure they were trying to win a championship, and they're delivering right now. And when you add two aces to a team who show that they could have firepower offensively, now you're a legitimate threat. Now you're a legitimate threat, and I think that is what the message that was a clear message sent to the entire Major League Baseball, not just to the Dodgers.
I think they got two legit MVP candidates, um, and Tatis and Manny. And we see last year. Listen, those games against the Dodgers, they were entertaining. They could have went back if the Padres bats would have showed up. They could have went either way, right? Now the guy I thought could have won him the World Series, could have won the World Series, and Blake Snell, who Dodgers just faced in the World Series. They got to face that guy. That guy who I thought basically you pull him and it cost you the World Series by pulling this man. Now you face that guy. Now and then you brought in you Darvish. On top of that, I'm with you. They coming. They was already coming. Now they like, oh, you thought last year was a fluke? You thought we was playing last year? Nah, we here for real this year. And I listen, we ain't gonna gloss over what happened afterwards, right? What happened afterwards because I think the Dodgers took notice of that. They took notice of that. Said, oh, they gonna go get Blake Snell. They brought in Clevenger. So I think there's a lot of chess matches that's happening right now. But with those two teams, man, I'm excited about it because they gave us an exciting series. Um, and I think those two teams are legit going to be battling it out in the National League for probably the next couple of years. Just by the way, they making moves. The Dodgers, they always been there. They always make moves. Um, but what the Padres is doing, man, the Padres is legit making moves. They are legit letting people know we ain't to be played with. We ain't to be messed with. We ain't playing around. Like you said, we legit coming this year. We coming at people's necks this year. Oh, y'all thought it was just all about our bats last year? Guess what? I'm gonna bring in one ace. Oh no, I'm gonna bring in two aces for y'all next year. And I'm gonna tell you this: I don't think that they are done making moves this year.
Here's the question that comes on the other side of the Yu Darvish trade is what does that mean for the Cubs? Like are you selling? Is that what we're doing here? So does that mean that Chris Bryant is ready to be on the move? Does that mean um, Javi Baez is going to be on the move? Like, what does that mean for? Are guys get ready to start moving? Are dominoes get ready to start falling in place with some of these big guys that are on the trading block? So let's see what happens. All of a sudden, baseball is making splashes. So
It's it's not. I think I read somewhere where the Dodgers actually have one of their players. No, it's the Cubs, Chicago, not the Dodgers. I mean, the Cubs. The Cubs are shopping Contreras. So I heard that. So again, maybe they are geared to be sellers. Um, but like you said, it is interesting to see what's going to happen with the Cubs moving forward because we heard Chris Bryant may not want to be there. Javi Baez, that's a big piece. I mean, so if you move Chris Bryant, I don't see why you wouldn't move Javi Baez. Like you said, they're already shopping somebody else, so they just got rid of you, Darvish. So I'm with you. I want to see what happens um, with that team. Um, and listen, I'm not gonna gloss over what happened with my Phillies. Yeah, I mean, bringing in a nice bullpen rotation. He ain't the biggest name like Blake Snell or Yu Darvish, but we did get a guy from the Tampa Bay Rays. He was in that bullpen. Who's solid. Alvarez or something like that. Jose Alvarez. So I like that move as well. So I want to see what Dave Dombrowski, does moving forward. I heard we do got an offer out there to um, JT Realmuto. So I definitely want to see what's going on with that team and with my team and see how we make a move and see what we can do to actually try to compete with what we just saw happen in the National League.
Yeah, I feel like addressing the bullpen is a necessity, even if you cannot retain the big name guys that you need to retain, or bring in a big name guy to replace some of the guys that you may lose. If you can address the bullpen, I think you can still be competitive with the starters that you have and with the bats that you have already in the lineup.
you could be competitive at least.
I definitely agree with that. So let me ask you this question. Um, how you feel about Trevor wanting a 5-year mega deal around 36-40 million per season?
Trevor, who? Let me make sure.
Trevor Bauer.
Okay. I'm George is still out. Let's be honest. He was in Cleveland. There wasn't a lot of times that he had to take center stage and make big pitches in big time spots. So, but when he had, it wasn't always good. So I think people are going to be a little reluctant to give him that type of money, but the talent is the talent. So the talent might trump results right now. So I think he probably is going to get. He might not get that, but he'll get somewhere in that ballpark. But he might not get that, which is probably why he's still, waiting to be signed.
I think that is what you said. The jury is still out, right? There's a lot of winning baseball. It's a lot of baseball, but I don't know if it's the Indians. They win. But like you said, like I know a lot of people. Is he a? Not saying is he an ace because I believe he's an ace.
I don't know. Is he an ace? I think he can be a top of the rotation guy, but I'm not sure he can be an ace on a championship rotation unless he has a power lineup. Because there are big games where he gives up a lot of runs. He's kind of in. I'm not saying that he is him, but he's kind of where Kershaw was. When Kershaw wasn't having great postseason, but Kershaw was still an ace. But all of a sudden, it was like Kershaw might need another guy in there willing to take the pressure off of him, and they started to find really, really good pitchers to pair with him, and it kind of took the pressure off of him, and he was performing a little better.
I got you. I'm just thinking like, dang, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. 4
It's a
years,
lot of
200
money.
mil. 4 years, 200 mil, or 5 years, 200 mil.
I don't think he's gonna get that. I think he'll get somewhere near it, but I don't think he's gonna get that.
Yeah,
That's a lot of that's a lot of money where you haven't seen a guy go and dominate and carry a team.
career, like you said, career ERA 3.9. 3.9 career ERA. Last year gave you 1.7. So, like you said, he'll give up runs. He'll give up runs. Yeah, I mean that's not what you want from your guy. I mean your ace to give to him 40 million a year. And I'm gonna pull up my man numbers real quick because I want to know if he is better than Aaron.
Nola?
Yep. So last year Aaron gave up a 3.28. Okay, I get it. Aaron career ERA is a 3.47. Trevor's career is a 3.9. I mean, so even if he is better than Aaron Nola, Aaron Nola getting paid $10 million a year. Trevor Bauer won $40 million a year. Is he 3 times or 4 times better than Aaron Nola? If he is better than Aaron Nola, I don't think he is. I don't think he is that guy, and you can legit that people will legit say Aaron Nola is an ace. So
I mean, here's what I'll say about Trevor. He can be really good. I don't think there's any question about that. He can be really good. But can he be a guy that's going to carry a team? Like he had a 173 this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But prior to that, you go back and you look, other than one other season, he was 2 other seasons he was under 4. That's it. So, he's 29 years old, but he's been around for a while. This isn't his first rodeo. And he's been a starter since 2014. So
this is why I say he's tripping. This is why I say he's tripping. Because I started looking at numbers, right? Okay, Garrett Cole. Is he better than Garrett Cole?
No.
Okay. Garrett Cole got 9 years, 324 million, 36 million average. Is he better than Max Scherzer?
No.
Okay. Max Scherzer got 7 years, 210 million and 36 million and average. Is he better than Zach Greinke?
I say that at this point they might be equal.
Okay. So Zach got 35 mil. Is he better than Steven Strasburg?
But Zach at his best was better than Trevor.
And I was gonna say Zach is at the end of that contract. That contract ends next year.
Zach was worth the money that he got when he got it. So
he's not better than Steven Strasburg, who gave you 35 million per year. The reason I'm saying
he can't even stay healthy.
Who's Steven?
Yeah, he can't even stay healthy, but he worth more money than Trevor.
Justin Verlander. The reason I'm bringing up all these names, y'all, because I'm looking at the starting pitching and the money that he's asking for. And when I start to stack him up against the pitchers that
he's not
that are going to who commands that type of money,
no.
like Bill I don't know if
he can be an ace, but you're probably not going to win unless he has a power lineup. Let's look at it. He had a 173. He was the ace in Cincinnati this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pitching rotation was good. The lineup was okay, but the lineup couldn't score enough runs. They were losing games 3-0 to the Braves. 2-0. They got shut out, I think, 2 of the 3 games. So that's not that he can, again, he's not going to be able to carry you, but he can be a top of the rotation guy. But I don't think he can be the ace. on a real serious team.
I agree with you. Hey, y'all, never mind my jailhouse background, y'all. I'm switching over from my office. I look at my joint like, God darn, man, I look like I'm doing this joint straight from the correctional joint, Howard Young Correctional Facility. Smyrna, I'm doing this joint right from Smyrna. All right, so let's jump. I'm trying to see some other stuff that's baseball related real quick before we move on past it, which I don't really think it is. Where we want to go? Basketball,
You can go anywhere.
bowl season, football. Let's go bowl season real quick. Well, let's talk this because I've been dying to talk to you about it. Alabama has 6 first team All-Americans. They had 6 first team All-Americans. They got 6 of them. You ain't gotta think that hard. They do got 6 of them.
I'm just saying, like, at what positions?
So they got Mac Jones, who's the first team quarterback. I'm questioning that.
I wouldn't question that.
They got Najee Harris, first team running back.
No question
Okay.
on that.
They got
Devontae is going to be a first team.
Devontae, he's definitely first team. He's the first team wide receiver. They got Patrick Surtain, who's the first team corner, and they have Alexis. They got Alex Leatherhead, and they got Landon, the center from Alabama. The center. I question. I'm gonna lie to you. I question 2 or 3 of them things. Not gonna lie.
Which ones?
I don't think Mac Jones is a first team All Pro. I don't think he's first team All American.
Then who?
Kyle, Trevor. Trevor's third. Trevor's third.
Trevor's third.
Yeah, Trevor's third.
Okay, that's understandable.
Okay, he missed the games.
He missed a couple of games.
I'm not putting Matt over Kyle Trask. Sorry, I'm not doing it.
Now, again, All-Star Awards team shouldn't even matter, man. It shouldn't matter. All-Pro, winning and losing does play a factor. All-American, it does. They were head-to-head. One guy won, one guy lost. Like, unfortunately, it all plays a role in this situation. So I can understand it. Kyle better be second though.
Yeah, Kyle is second. Okay. I just couldn't.
See, that's understandable. Other than now, who else would you question besides Matt?
Matt. Oh, I question Najee. I question Najee Harris.
Who would you put over him?
Breece Hall.
You put Breece over him
For the season that they had, yes. I would have Breece Hall over.
So who's the second running back?
Breece Hall.
So Breece Hall is the second running back on the first team?
Oh. I'm sorry.
There's only one running back on the first team?
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. He's the second running back on. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. He's the second running back on the first team.
Okay. I was going to say there should be 2 running backs. So I was going to say he better be the second running back on the first team. I was going to say Breece Hall better not be no second team.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Breece Hall is first team. He is first team. And then you got
Devontae's a no-brainer. Like there's no question.
No-brainer.
If anybody wants to argue that, I'm not even gonna waste my breath on that.
Devontae's a no-brainer. But
the center, I'm like that's like almost like a tradition. So
yeah,
they're gonna get at least one offensive lineman. So he's probably the best one of the offensive linemen on Alabama. So he's gonna get it.
Okay. All right, so I was gonna say I'm also questioning Patrick Surtain, but the person I questioned Patrick Surtain for, it did make first team All-American, but he made first team All-American at safety.
At safety. Okay. And who was that?
Brandon Joseph, Northwestern, will let the nation interceptions. So, all right, cool. All right, so I'm no longer questioning a couple of things, except I'm still questioning Matt Jones over.
I feel you. I feel you. Kyle had a better season. Well, unfortunately, they're going to factor in head-to-head. They're going to factor in wins and losses. I agree with you. I agree with you. Kyle had the better season. Hold on. Let me see this. Since you got it pulled up still?
Yeah, hold on.
Where was Kyle Pitts?
First team tight end.
I wanted to make sure because he missed a lot of games too. I still want to make sure that he was where he's supposed to be. I don't care.
Yeah, that's one of the other Jones I looked at. Like, yeah, okay. I need to see who. But you know what? Sure. Again, I'm looking at Matt. Even Matt, he had 32 touchdowns. He was second in the nation in passing yards. He was third in the nation in passing touchdowns.
He was lighting it up, man.
So it wasn't like it ain't like he was just out here he shouldn't have made all American team. I mean, so I just like I said with my man Kyle, and he completed 76% of his passes, Matt Jones. But again, when you got that workhorse and you got the guy, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna disrespect Najee Harris again. I'm sorry, Najee Harris is third in the nation in rushing yards. So sorry, Najee. I thought somebody deserved it over you. I was wrong. That man got 24 touchdowns rushing, and he third in the nation in rushing yards. I could have sworn he only had like 900 or 800 yards rushing yards, but I'm lying because the person I wanted to put ahead of him was Carter from UNC, but he had a better year than Carter as well. Carter only had like 9 touchdowns. That boy Najee Harris was out here working. Now I'm just looking at this thing. It makes me wonder about certain things like why is Travis Etienne going to be the number 1 running back over Najee Harris? Why is he?
Because I think Travis Etienne is probably more polished. I think he has more of an identity. Like you know what he's good at. I think Najee is kind of gets lost. I think he's just as good as Travis Etienne, but he gets lost in that offense. Like you were just like, I don't know if he should be a first team on the record. Then you went back and you look at his numbers, you were like, man, he is. And that's when and I say this a lot. These guys' numbers are skewed because they be blowing teams up. They don't even play a lot of fourth quarters. Sometimes they're done halfway through the third. So they could be having crazy numbers if people wouldn't get all in their fits about running up the score. So
when I look at
even better.
When I look at this, I just be like, there's no way Matt Jones could win. If I had to pick a Heisman, right? Just being real, I know I keep coming back to it, but if I had to pick the Heisman, I would go Devontae first. I would go Najee Harris, then I would go Matt Jones. That's how I would go it. Devontae, Najee, Matt Jones had 32 touchdowns, right? Or 34 touchdowns. Devontae Smith had 17 of them things.
How many Najee catch?
And like I said, I didn't even look at. I mean, Najee had 24 rushing touchdowns.
I would say Najee probably caught another 6.
He had. They say he had 3. He had 3. I could swear he had more than that.
I thought he had more than that.
I thought he had 3 in one game.
I know he had 2 in one game, but I feel you. Man. I feel you. But he's the quarterback. That's the glamour position. Like you're gonna get more credit than you deserve, but you're also gonna get more blame than you actually should get as well. That comes with the position. We had that conversation.
I know, man. I know.
If you take away a lot of their numbers wouldn't be as great. But I'm not going there no more.
I guess I'm gonna keep saying it until we find out who the Heisman is. Which again is legit probably gonna be Trevor Lawrence, if I'm being real. If I am the voters, if I am the committee or anything like that, I being honest, I would vote for Trevor Lawrence. I would say it's Trevor Lawrence. He is the face of your sport. He is the best player in your sport, and it's his last season. I would legit give it to him. I would give it to him because that speaks more to what he did in college football. That's why I would give it to him.
This is what we got to do with the Heisman Trophy, in my opinion. We have to take the Heisman Trophy, and it's got to be an award that comes out at the end of the year, even at the bowl season. Bowl season should be done because we have an opportunity here where Kyle has a big game against Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
He has another opportunity to show himself. He's lost back-to-back games. He can redeem himself, get a win, change the narrative on his season, and have a Heisman moment. And then Trevor and Justin, they have opportunities as well. Like I feel like these awards are given at the end of seasons, and then sometimes these guys have these games, and you're like, he shouldn't have gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't have got it. It was the other guy that was more deserving finished the year. I think it's still the same season. It's not like a postseason. It's still the same season. You don't really have a postseason. I know they had this 14 playoff, but it's not a postseason. It's just a bowl game. So I think it should come out after. I think it really did. I think the bowl game should be considered. It could be the difference between a guy getting a Heisman or not.
I agree with you.
Because you and my man Matt, and I think if he go out here and he duels one of Trevor in a national championship, that's his moment to claim the Heisman. Or it's a night where Devontae have a return touchdown and he catch 2 touchdowns for 200 yards. It's his night. Or Najee go run for 150, catch for another 75, and score 4 touchdowns. Something like that. A guy can just separate himself on that big of a stage. Like, yes, that's their biggest stage. I don't understand why that's not factored in to the Heisman race.
I agree with you, 100, like you said, because it's an extension of the season. Because like when you say, if they win it, they'll say they went 13-0, 14-0, whatever it is. You feel me? So it's still an extension of the season. So I agree with you. They should actually tack on what they do in the postseason and in these big games. Because if you put up empty stats around against a Western Kentucky, or some trash team, like you paying your stats, right? But if you can go out here and put up big numbers in the bowl games against the best of the best, and cultivate and thrive in those moments, I'm with you. That's what it speaks more to me than beating up on Illinois.
Yes.
Yeah. So I agree with you. This one, something else I want to talk to you about since it happened, right? Put some respect on Liberty. That's what I want to say. Put some respect on Liberty's name, man. Like, they proved, Liberty legit should have been undefeated this year. They legit should have been undefeated this year. I know they lost to, I think, NC State. But that was a close game. I think they had that game in the bag as well. They handled business, man. They didn't get the respect they deserve all season. So I wanted to say, put some respect on Liberty's name.
And it was a good game. It was a good game. It just goes to show there might need to be another division in college football because these teams are too good to not be able to ever play for a national championship. Some of these programs they are building up are really, really competitive, and they're not going to get an opportunity to play for a national championship, even though they're creating they're filling a lot of rosters. Mm-hmm. These Group of 5 schools are filling a lot of rosters at the next level. They're filling just as many rosters as the Power 5 schools. They are. But they're not getting the respect that they deserve in college. So they just need to go ahead and create another division, the Group of 5 division, and have their own championship run as well, because these guys need their own stage. That should have been a game that everybody was tuned in on, prime time, its own spotlight. It needed it because it was two of the best teams in the country. They were two of the best teams in the country all year long. Liberty lost one game, and all of a sudden they weren't even relevant anymore to anybody, and that was just really disrespectful. But they went out and they beat one of the teams that the committee thought was one of the best. So on a neutral field. So you do the math, committee. You do the math. That was a team you continuously disrespected, and then you probably put them in there hoping that everybody would shut up about it because they would get taken care of, but they couldn't. It didn't happen that way.
And in the beginning, I thought that game was going to get ugly in the beginning. It turned out being a good game, but Liberty, I think they was up by 14 or something like that. I said, dang, Liberty balling. You know what I mean? Like you said, that was Coastal Carolina ranked number 12, beat BYU. They beat a top BYU team, a BYU team who we've seen look phenomenal this year, you know what I mean, and crushed in a bowl game. I'm with you. Liberty, Coastal Carolina, Marshalls, the Cincinnatis, they need their own thing. Or there has to be something more. There has to be something, the UCFs, there has to be something else. If you're going to have your glamour schools, these are the schools we know are going to go to win the national title regardless, then you need to have something that's additional. Like, you got the championships, I guess Division II championships, you know what I mean, where North Dakota won, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So you got those type of divisions championships. You need something for these other schools. You just need something that will allow them to go out there and compete for something. Because right now, winning the FBC Mortgage Cure Bowl, that it sounds cute. It sounds nice, but it's not what I play for. I don't play to say, I want to win a bowl. Do they get a trophy for winning the?
Probably get some trophy.
They get a little trophy for winning the Mortgage Cure Bowl.
Yeah, they probably get some little trophy.
Oh, okay, all right. I mean, it doesn't really say much.
They've made it plainly obvious that none of those Group of 5 schools are going to get invited. They made it obvious. Year after year, none of these schools are going to get an opportunity. Even sometimes Power 5 teams can't get in when they've proven themselves. So give them an opportunity to go do something for themselves. Give them an opportunity to go say we were a national champion. Like, the FCS is still Division I. The Villanovas, the Delawares, the North Dakota States, those teams, they're still Division I. They're just a subdivision of Division I. There needs to be an additional one for the Group of 5 schools. It's just that simple.
Right. I'm 100% with you on that. Let's talk about a team, man. A game. It looked the Cheez-It Bowl. It looked like it was gonna be ugly early on, and I legit thought Miami was gonna win that game. I picked Miami to win the game. They made it close at the end. But I'm gonna tell you, I was disappointed in Miami. I was legit disappointed in Miami because I thought that I didn't think that Oklahoma State would put up 37 points. I didn't think that Oklahoma was going to put up 37 points. If you told me Miami scored 34, Miami won that bowl game. Miami didn't show up defensively to me. They struggled offensively until they started playing the dude Perry. So that game, that was a disappointing game to me, bowl game to me, because I legit thought Miami had that game in the bag.
I can't say I was disappointed in Miami after what North Carolina did to him. I can't say I'm disappointed. To be completely honest with you, I can't say it. I'd be lying if I said I was disappointed in it. What I am going to say is I am disappointed in the fact that sometimes it looks like they don't care. Like the effort is not consistent. That's what I'll say. But I was expecting. They're lucky that it wasn't probably Chuba back there running the football. So this game could have probably been real ugly if Oklahoma State had their 4 arsenal weapons. But I guess the best news that came out of the game was that D'Eriq King coming back. Like, I guess that was the best news that came out of the game was that D'Eriq King said, "I'm gonna come back and give it." Was
it the best thing? Because the other quarterback looked better than D'Eriq King in the bowl.
Yeah, so that was just the one game.
Like, is D'Eriq King the legit starter when he come back? Like,
I don't know. He might come back. He might come back to some controversy and end up back in the transfer portal again.
Oh man, you never know. You've been there 6 years already.
Right, but you never know. You never know how it goes. You never know how it goes.
And like I said, and looking at the number, D'Eriq King didn't have a bad game. He was 10 for 13, 113 yards. I mean, no touchdown. He was 8.7 yards per play. So he was having a good game before he got replaced. Speaking of D'Eriq King, I want to know, like I said, he came back. I want to know, is he actually going to compete for the Heisman this year? Like legit, because early on I thought he was going to be a compete. Then he slacked off. I think coming back, can he legit compete for the Heisman next year?
His team won't be good enough.
He's gonna have to make him good enough.
He's not good enough. He's not good enough.
That's how you gonna be a Heisman.
He's not good enough to do that. Think about it's different if you don't have to see Clemson every year.
They gonna have Trevor.
So I think DJ's pretty good. He's pretty good.
He is pretty good.
I can't say his last name, so I'm not even gonna try.
I was gonna try.
I'm gonna practice it because he's gonna be the starter next year, so I gotta be able to say it. But he's pretty good. So Dabo's not going nowhere. Clemson's not going nowhere. Miami better be worried about Florida State, who started playing better football at periods at a time down the back end of the season. So North Carolina.
North
Carolina, they're still in conference. Like Boston College, still in.
I say I heard.
Pitt, still in conference. NC State, still in conference. Like there's other programs that are still competing, and Miami hasn't made that leap to elite yet that everybody thinks that they've made. They haven't made that leap to elite. They could have easily this year dropped 2 or 3 other games. So I'm not sure that D'Eriq King can come in and be a true Heisman candidate because I don't think his team will be good enough in that conference.
I think I'm gonna give y'all probably give y'all a show. I'm gonna give y'all some early Heisman picks.
Rattler, he'll be in the Heisman running.
He will. He will. Definitely Rattler gonna be in the Heisman running. Sam Howell gonna be in the Heisman running. You're gonna see a little later on. Listen, we're gonna see. I'm excited about this game that's about to kick off in about 10, 15 minutes. I'm excited about that game. That Kyle Trask Spencer Rattler game. That's gonna be an exciting game. So I want to see what Spencer Rattler do. He been picking it up, and like you said, he gonna legit throw his name in that Heisman race next year. So
yeah, Florida's down a few guys, and some guys not shooting up for him. So
Kyle not playing.
Kyle's gonna have his work cut out for him, like always. So
yeah, like always, like
what he can do against this Oklahoma defense, he just lit up Alabama's defense.
But yeah, listen, he had all his weapons in Alabama against the Alabama defense, all his weapons. He missing his top guy, his second top guy, and his third guy. So
let's see what happens. But they're Florida. They should not be short athletic weapons.
He still got Dan Mullen.
So
they got Dan Mullen as his coach, so he might might handicap my man tonight. Might handicap my man tonight.
Let's see.
What else did we talk about since the last time we jumped in, man? I definitely want to talk football, regular season football. Regular season NFL football. I just want to make sure we don't gloss over anything in college real quick. Don't really see anything. Regular season, man. Regular NFL. I'm gonna ask you these questions that I always ask. It's Wednesday, so I'm gonna ask these questions. Who is the best team in the NFC? Who the freak is the best team in the NFC? We talked about last week, right?
We gotta say the Packers now. I think we definitively have to say it's the Packers. They put it on the Titans.
They did.
The Titans is supposed to be one of the better teams. And the Titans are they have the best guy for the weather and the conditions. And that was supposed to be the Packers' weakness. Run defense was supposed to be trash. And they had a snowy night in Lambeau against the man-child.
He still rushed for 90, I think.
But they absolutely blew the doors off of him. I think they made it clear that they're ready for the conditions. They're ready for the playoffs. They're the best team in the NFC.
I'm gonna agree with you. And there's one reason I'm gonna agree with you. Because the playoffs have to go through Lambeau. Because the playoffs have to go through Lambeau, I'm agree with you because somebody said it the other day. That defense know how to play in the snow. That offense know how to play in the snow. While y'all out there trying to figure it out, they out there like this is what we do. This is what we do on a regular. Yeah, they know where they're going. They like when I played. High school football. I love playing in the rain. I loved playing in the snow on offense. Why? Because I knew where I was going. I knew where the ball. I knew. Where the play was going, like that. It was the defense. It was on the defense to try to guess. So I was always at an advantage. I was always at an advantage in inclement weather. Same thing with Green Bay. They are always going to be at the advantage in inclement weather. And they got a good running game. They got Aaron Rodgers. They got Devontae Adams. I just think that they are the team that is best suited to play. Well, they are because they're from Green Bay. But I'm gonna tell you a game, a team to watch out for if they play them, and it's who they play. It's who they play on Sunday. If they get in, the Bears. If the Bears get in, I like that matchup. I like the matchup, especially the way Mr. Trubisky is playing right now. Who would have thought Mr. Trubisky, could be the person that saved the Bears season? David Montgomery out here balling. Like, and they
That's
know how
what's
to
saving
play.
their season. That's what's saving their season.
David Montgomery.
They found a running game.
So, like, they also know how to play in that type of weather. They know how to play in that type of weather. It's a division game, and they got the horses on the other end defensively to get after Green Bay. So yes, I think Green Bay is the best team in the NFC right now. But there's some teams that I think that can give that Green Bay team a run for their money.
And this is what I'll say. To me, the NFC is the East of the NBA. It is completely wide open to me. I don't think anybody is a prohibitive favorite. So I just think that they're playing the best football than anybody else. Everybody else has been wishy-washy, to say the least. I think they've been the most consistent. And again, Drew Brees' health is still a concern. I know he's healthy enough to be out on the field, but he's still coming back from pretty significant injury. So I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. But if I'm talking about at their best, if I had to say a team, give me one game at their best and another team at their best, I'm gonna take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay at their best, I would take them over anybody in the NFC at their best. Because they can get after Green Bay. They got the weapons. It's just
that's on paper. We haven't seen them at their best.
I know, so that's what I'm saying.
I'm not taking them going and slapping around the Lions. That's what they're supposed to do. I'm not taking that as they figured it out. I'm not taking that as they figured it out.
No.
I'm still not sold on them yet, but I agree with you. On paper, yes. On paper, yes. When they're at their best, they should be. But I haven't seen that. From what I've seen on the field at their best, I'm still probably going to lean towards Russ and Seattle.
Russ?
Their defense is starting to play better. If their offense can get it together, it seems like they can run the football all year long, except for when it gets close to the playoffs, and then all of a sudden they'll find it again in the playoffs. They find that running game again, they're going to be fine. I think the Rams still have the best defense. I just don't trust their quarterback.
Here's a crazy thing, right? Like I said, when I say at their best, because I think I've seen Tampa at their best once this year. I think I've seen it. You know the team it was against? Green Bay. They dominated Aaron Rodgers. They dominated the run game. They dominated the pass game. So
it's been a long time, though.
Like I say, it's been a while, but at their best.
That was pre-AB.
That was pre-AB. So we've seen them at their best. But I also seen New Orleans smack them around. So it's going to be an interesting playoffs. It definitely is going to be interesting playoffs in the NFC East, in the NFC. But if I had to pick one team, I give y'all that when we get to the playoff picks. So who gets in? That's what I want to know. Who gets in? And I guess we'll pick that. We'll pick that on Friday too. But it's just interesting because there's a lot of stuff that's open right now. There's a lot of stuff that's open right now. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Okay, AFC. Who's the best team in the AFC? I know where you're gonna go. The reason I asked that because
who's the best team in the AFC?
Yep.
That's not a question. That's not a question.
Huh? It's a question to me. It's a question to me.
It shouldn't be a question.
Question to me.
Why? There's only one team in the entire league that shouldn't be questioned, and that's the Chiefs. So
Question.
I think the best team in the AFC. Why? What happened? What happened that made you question them?
Because I think there's a
The
team.
game?
I think there's a team in the AFC that's playing better than them.
Okay, there might be a team that's playing better than them, but what has that team done as far as the playoff scenario that puts them in the position where you can say that they are ready to usurp them?
In the playoffs, nothing. In the playoff scenario, I just seen them. I just seen them smack their rival, slammed the door on him. Said, "Nah, this is our division now." They put the nail in the coffin in him. Said, "It's our time now."
A depleted New England team? Is that what? Like,
I don't
I
care.
think anything less would have been embarrassing. Like that's what you were supposed to do to New England,
Listen,
right? That's what they were supposed to do because, like the first time they played New England, it was a tough one.
it's a close game.
It was they almost lost that game. So I think they were a little bit embarrassed, and they were like, "Let's go and make sure that we show this team where they are this year." Now, at full strength, we have to see them do this. We still have to see them do this.
It is New England full strength.
For New England, no, this is New England COVID depleted, injury depleted. No, this isn't New England. And again, I agree with you. But they have to do it when he's at his best too. And that's when he's got his guys. Then I'll fully buy into them dominating that division. But they are this good. And I'm with you. They are probably playing better football right now in all three phases than Kansas City. Kansas City's defense is still Kansas City's defense. Buffalo's defense is starting to look like Buffalo's defense. And I think that is what is scary. And I'm with you. They're probably playing better football, and they're probably the best team equipped to beat Kansas City. I agree with you. But
I'm with you. Listen, I just had to throw it out there. Listen. Also, I'm gonna go somewhere else with this next question, and I'm gonna throw it out there to you as well. But I do think Buffalo is playing the best football out there, and I also think there's another team that's playing better football than Kansas City as well. That's in the AFC, and it's your Baltimore Ravens. Right now, they are playing better football than Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City keep winning. Listen, I don't care what you say. And again, maybe it's because we are comparing them to who they are. We're comparing them to their own selves, their greatness, their dominance. But I can't deny what Buffalo's been doing. Buffalo, again, we've been talking about it. Buffalo is a Hail Mary away from being 14-2 this year. A Hail Mary from being 14-2 this year. Yeah, I mean, and they played.
They still will be 13-3. They're gonna rest. They probably gonna rest guys.
Yeah, they'll be 13-3. Well, I think they'll be 13-3. I think they'll actually still win that game, even resting.
That's why I said they would be 13. That's why I said they would be 13-3 because they would rest guys next week. So yeah, you feel me? They would only have the 2 losses coming into this week, and then they rest guys.
Yeah,
so they would be 13-3.
Yeah. So yeah, like you said, they'll be 13-3. They could have worth be 13-3 or 12-4. So, but I think, I said it like a couple of shows back, the most dangerous team in that division is the Ravens. It's the Ravens because I'm gonna tell you why. Because, and I know it's a small sample size, but I feel as though that Hollywood and Lamar is working on some chemistry wise, and I also think that Dez Bryant is working on some chemistry wise. Just red zone, just in the red zone. If that's another guy that you can throw it up there too, and he can go up there and get those 50-50 balls, that could be something different that this team hasn't had since Anquan Boldin, Steve Smith type time. So, I think that's a dangerous team that you might not want to see.
I agree. This is what we are supposed to be doing against the teams that we're currently playing against. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not. This is what we're supposed to be doing. But we got to go out and we got to win. We got to win this game on Sunday. And Cincinnati's a team that in the past we will drop a game against when we ain't supposed to. So I'm not saying I'm worried, but I'm also in a position where let's focus.
Go business. Yeah, go handle business.
Take care of business. Win and we're in. We don't need any help if we just take care of business and go out and dominate, which is what we're supposed to do. But the Colts, man, they were showing me something. I was looking at them like, yo, Dom has been singing their praises for a while, and I wouldn't buy in. He might be right. And then all of a sudden, I was like, see, Dom, I was almost there, and I got to come back. I got to come back on my side where I was already at, man. I'm not a believer.
I know what happened to them. They was legit. I was like, yo,
they were dominating that game.
And I don't know what happened.
Dominating that game.
Philip Rivers happened.
Like, oh my God. It looked easy. At halftime, it was looking easy. They had the turnover, and Pittsburgh struggled to get that touchdown. They needed a penalty to get that touchdown. And then Indy came right back and drove the ball down the field. And Philip Rivers threw the touchdown to Pascal. I was like, man, this is looking really, 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 really easy. I don't even know what Pittsburgh, they look like they're going to be one and done. This is a confirmation that they are one and done. And all of a sudden, it went away. I was like, hold on, man, what is going on? What are they doing? How are they not? What? I said, oh, man, now Pittsburgh fans are going to start believing in themselves again.
Yeah, believing again.
I'm like, oh, Lord. But
hey. Like you said, man, I don't know what. I don't know. I legit don't know. Now I think the Colts don't make the playoffs. I don't.
Remember I said that, and I was like, man, something just tells me they're not gonna make it. Something's gonna happen, and they're not gonna make it. I don't believe in them.
I'm pulling it up real quick. I'm pulling it up real fast. Just looking, double checking. Yeah.
They need help. They need everybody to lose.
Nah, they'll make it. They'll make it.
They need everybody to lose.
Nah, they just need one person to lose. They just need one to lose and them to win. And I think.
What I'm saying is, they need somebody.
They need somebody to lose. Yeah.
They need somebody. They need somebody to lose, because the only person. Well, they only need. It's either Cleveland or Baltimore.
Mm-hmm. They got the Titans play the Texans, and the way JJ Redick was talking, that might be a dub. The way JJ Redick was talking not JJ Redick, JJ Watt was talking on Sunday, that might be a dub. He might will that team to a victory. And Miami got Buffalo, so Miami can finish 10-6.
Buffalo's gonna sit starters.
Let me see.
They got the number 2. They got the number 2 lock.
No, they don't. Not yet, because they can end up 12-4, and Pittsburgh can end up 13-3.
Cleveland should take care of Pittsburgh.
They should, but Cleveland should have took care of the Jets too.
But they ain't have nobody on. They have no weapons on offense.
I hear you. I got you.
There's no receivers at all on offense. So
I listen. I hear you. I'm with you.
The Jets don't even know how to tank right. How you don't know how to lose right? Like, I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. Like, why'd you throw it? Why are you calling trick plays? If you calling trick plays because you're trying to win. It's just that simple. You calling trick plays because you're trying to win. You're not calling trick plays if you're trying to lose. You're legitimately trying to win. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't be trying to win. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying
they should be trying to win. But you should be throwing trick plays to try to win. Just go out and try to win. Just give that type of effort. What was best for this organization was to get that number one pick. That was best for this organization. It's something different if winning is like you're playing spoiler. You're not even playing spoiler. You might now, but you're really not even playing that type of role. Like right now, the role that you should be playing is, let me get this. Make sure I get this number one pick, because the other team is going to take. The other team is going to take him now.
Because, like you said, listen, if I get a number one pick, it's a no-brainer. Trevor Lawrence, I figure out what to do with Sam Darnold. Now that I got the number 2 pick, what do I do?
I gotta trade him.
I like Justin Fields, but is he legit better than Sam Darnold? I don't know.
I can start over with the sure thing. I don't know if I can start over with a question mark. Yep. I'd rather trade that and go get some more assets to build up around it. And then maybe I can go get a quarterback that somebody's unhappy with, or go get a backup that got hurt or something like that, or disgruntled, starter. So, but I'm not drafting a quarterback yet too. That's the question mark. Even if somebody
Let me ask you this, and this is what I'm gonna say. I know Joe Douglas is there at the GM now, right? But the history tells me, just off of the past couple of drafts, do y'all know how to draft? Because Trevor Lawrence was the sure thing, right? He was the sure thing. He's the surefire. That's the guy you go get. Now that they're at the second pick, there's no surefire thing. I question y'all drafting because y'all got rid of Leonard Williams, who was supposed to be the best player in that draft, who y'all drafted. You're thinking about getting rid of Sam Darnold. And earlier on, y'all was thinking about trading Quentin Williams. So y'all got rid of Jamal Adams. I got a question. Like Jamal Adams was a surefire. No doubt about it.
No questions asked.
But y'all moving the pieces, the players, the young assets that y'all have, y'all are moving them. Y'all getting rid of them. So I got a question what y'all doing in that front office and ask y'all, do y'all know how to draft? Or maybe y'all do know how to draft, but why y'all players don't want to stay with y'all? That's something y'all got to ask. You got to figure out, if I draft this guy, is he a guy for the future? And I'm going to tell you this. You can get Trevor Lawrence and move on from Sam Darnold. Nobody will question that. But if you get somebody else and you're moving from Sam Darnold, there's going to be eyebrows raised, because maybe this is what the Jets do. Maybe the Jets are the New York Rays, because Tampa Bay, they get their players and they move on from them, boy, before they got to pay them. So maybe that's what the Jets' philosophy is. That's what their philosophy is. We're going to get these people, then we're going to move on from them before we got to pay them, because I don't know what the Jets doing. They got nothing to show for it. They've been in the top picks forever, and I don't know what they have to show for. So maybe now this is what you say to Sam. You're our God. You're our guy, and you build around Sam Darnold.
First, you got fired, Case.
So I thought that was a full-blown conclusion.
But what? I got a feeling they're gonna keep him because of what he's doing right now. I have that feeling. First of all, they haven't done it already. That's the red to me. That's a little red flag. But now the big red flag is, man, they on the win streak.
Let me see who they got on Sunday, man. Maybe they can get a three. That's what I'm gonna say. If they on a 3-game win streak, I'm with you. He definitely coming back.
If he ends the season on a 3-game win streak, he is coming back. They go to Foxborough.
That's a dub. Dang, Adam, he saved his job, man.
Yeah. So I got a feeling that he has worked his way back in to this job. So to me, if he's still the coach, it doesn't matter what they do.
You can't bring him back.
If he's still the coach, to me, it doesn't matter what they do.
I don't understand. I don't see how you can bring him back, and he's an offensive mind. He's an offensive mind, and you can't. Your offense. You score. At one point, you were scoring 11 points per game. Now you're up to 15 points per game.
So
he's calling the plays. I don't see how you bring that back, but like you said, maybe
2 wins in a row. You beat, and you might get 2 wins in a row right now, off of what could possibly be 2 playoff teams. I know the Browns were shorthanded, but they got the dub regardless.
You beat the Rams.
You beat the Rams, and then you beat
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick. Oh, you're coming back. You're coming back. 2 playoff teams, and then Bill Belichick to end the season on a 3-game win streak.
That's their playoffs right there. And they played New England tough early on, 24-21.
He's coming back.
Dang. Man, it making me feel bad and making me feel worried in Philly. Adam Gase can come back.
Doug's coming back.
Like I said, if Adam Gase can come back, Doug.
Jalen Hurts gave Doug an extension.
God, on.
Jalen Hurts saved Doug's job.
Dang, Adam and
Speaking of which, after all of this, the Cowboys still might make the playoffs.
Which is crazy, man. And I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say might. The Cowboys will make the playoffs. They will make the playoffs, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Doug will be coaching for his job on Sunday. I don't know who the quarterback is. Tyler Henke might be the quarterback. I think the Cowboys make the play, and I think the Cowboys beat the Giants. Just because what's his name's on a bad leg.
Daniel Jones.
He's on a bad leg. So I think Cowboys make the playoffs. And then what did that say to Dak? Dak, we made the playoffs without you, bro. I don't care what our record was. We made the playoffs without you. We're gonna give you 30. Listen, we're gonna give you about 35, 30, 32 a year.
Oh, he's at this point he might be having to take whatever they offer him anyway, considering that he banged up. So he might be in that position, but they might franchise tag him anyway.
Hey, I say he might franchise tag and get his check, give him his money. So
it would be crazy to think that the Browns, after the season that they've had, don't make the playoffs, and the Cowboys, after the season that they've had, make the playoffs.
That'd be crazy. That'd definitely be crazy.
I can understand the frustration of Browns fans if they don't make the playoffs. I can understand the frustration.
Well, real quick, Kyle just threw his Heisman. He just threw his Heisman trophy away. Kyle Trask just threw his Heisman trophy away.
What did he do?
Pick 6.
It's early. It's early, man. Give me. He can redeem himself. It's early.
Pick six. Threw that thing away, boy. It's over. It's over, Kyle. Congratulations, Trevor.
Yeah, you can't be. You can't be spotting the team. You can't be spotting the defense 7 points with your defense, bro.
Nope, they up. They down 14-0. So
Oh yeah, that game's over.
it's a wrap. back to. So I agree with you. It would be crazy that the Cowboys made it with Andy Dalton, and it's crazy because it's like Andy Dalton bittersweet. Like I'm back in the play. I'm back in the playoffs.
Yeah, and he was on a 1-year deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he auditioning too. Like
He might come back as that backup. He might come back as Dallas's backup.
might give him a chance to start somewhere. You never know.
I would love. I
would.
I guess I will see where that happens. Probably be in the Jets. Probably the Jets or the Brown or the Bears. Bears, they looking for. They looking for anybody to play Smith versus Trubisky, which is I don't understand at all.
Speaking of the NFC East, I was not shocked when I got the notification that the Washington football team had released Dwayne Haskins. I was not shocked at all. Remember, I had said it. I would not be shocked if it had. He was on thin ice, like they wanted you gone, and they probably couldn't find a team to trade for you. And then you do something like that after you got an opportunity to show yourself again. You went out and you did something without thinking, obviously. Yeah. So I wasn't surprised. I hope he gets another opportunity, but odds are.
I think he'll get a backup opportunity. I think he'll get a job. He'll have to prove himself. So he'll have to prove himself somewhere. Like a quarterback, like Jameis. Like I don't think Dwayne Haskins is better than Jameis Winston. Mm-hmm. So he's gonna have to get a job where like something like Jameis. Honestly, I don't think Dwayne Haskins is better than Josh Rosen. In my opinion, I don't think he's better than Josh Rosen. I've seen Josh Rosen actually play in this league and actually do some good things. He got beat. He just took a beating in Arizona. So I think he's gonna have to be somewhere like that. Like he's gonna have to take that path. Maybe be on somebody's practice squad. Learn from a vet, and then get your opportunity when maybe an injury or something happens. But Dwayne Haskins, the job was gift wrapped to you. It was gift wrapped. And when you got benched for Tyler Hinkie, it didn't look too good. You knew the writing was on the wall then. When you got benched for Tyler Hinkie, you knew you was getting cut. You knew you was getting cut after that. So I'm with you. I said it before. If they was praying that Alex Smith was gonna be back, because they didn't want to bring Dwayne Haskins back after what happened.
No.
So, but I hope he get a job, man. I hope. Listen, watch the Eagles.
Stay on his feet, man.
The Eagles going to get him quarterback. That's what they call him, the quarterback factory. We're gonna bring in Dwayne Haskins and see if we can reprogram him, see if we can regroom him. The dumbest thing I ever seen in my life. The dumbest quote I ever heard in my life. Quarterback factory. Y'all had one good quarterback. We had one good quarterback. Stop it. Maybe two. And Carson. You know what I mean? But since Howie's been there, we've had maybe two good quarterbacks and Carson. So anyway, don't get me started. What else happened? Trying to think of some other stuff that happened. College basketball, college football. We had things that happened in college basketball, but nothing noteworthy of. I'm talking about something did happen. Dallas smacked the Clippers by 50, by 51. That happened. How much stock you put into that? I'm asking that.
Nothing.
I agree with you.
It's one of those. It's one of those bad. It's one of those moments that you don't want to be on the wrong end of. but I'm not gonna put too much stock into it. Kawhi wasn't there, you know. So now this is the same team that you were blowing leads against. So maybe it's something there. Maybe it's something there. Maybe they have your number. Maybe they really do have your number. Maybe Dallas just has the Clippers number. But we have to wait and see. But I'm not putting too much stock in and getting blown out by 50.
I'm with you. A lot of people make a big deal out about it. They got beat by 51, yada yada yada. People have bad games. People have bad shooting nights. Like you said, it's one bad game. Now I get it. It's one of those ones you don't want to be on the other side of, being beat by 51. But this ain't the first team, and it won't be the last team. In fact, I think 2 nights later, the Bucks beat the Heat by 49 or something like that, 47 or something like that. So it's gonna happen. These are things that's gonna happen. The Knicks beat the Bucks by 20. I mean, it's just one of those years, right? It's just one of those years where no off season. If you ain't got it that night, you can get blown out. So,
but that's the thing, though, because I know they always say it's a make or miss league. It's a make or miss league. But when you're taking low percentage shots, the misses are going to be more frequent.
Right.
So these guys take a lot of tough shots now. So you off and you're taking tough shots. It's going to be a long night. A lot of these guys rely on nothing but shooting. So if 3 or 4 of your guys have a bad night and you're missing one of your top guys at the same time, yeah, you're going to get drummed. And that's what happened.
I'm with you. I agree with you. What else? What else happened? We didn't talk Christmas Day, so there's a couple of games that have Christmas Day. Well, let's talk about the Ja Morant injury. Does that? Dang.
They don't make the playoffs.
Dang, real quick. He threw another one, man. It's over. It's over.
He threw another interception.
Yep.
Yeah, his Heisman is done. He's done.
Give my man Mac the Heisman or Trevor, because Trevor gonna do his thing. But I'm with you. Yeah, I don't think they make the playoffs. I think they was borderline with Ja Morant. I think with Ja Morant being out 3 to 5 weeks, I think that's
on top of Jaren Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't have Dylan Brooks. That's a lot for him. That's a lot to ask of him.
Yeah, a lot to ask of him.
Kyle Anderson. That's a lot to ask of him. Like, it's a lot that those guys are gonna have to carry in this league. Now, sorry.
I'm with you.
Now though, in that loaded West, it opens up a spot for a team, in my opinion.
I don't know.
Who takes that leap? Is it a team like maybe the Kings? Can a team
looking good right now?
Because let's be real, there's 2 spots open in both of our playoff spots because the Warriors not making them.
No, don't disrespect my boys yet. I ain't there yet. I'm there yet.
I'm there. I am there. They beat 2 teams that are terrible. They beat the Bulls by 1, and they beat the Pistons by 10. The Warriors are struggling right now. I think they'll find it, and they could possibly slide into that 10th spot. They might be one of those teams that slide into the 10th spot, but they are. I don't think they're going to be one of those 8 teams. They might be one of those 9 or 10 teams. Yeah.
I think so. I think if, I gotta go back and look at my notes. I don't think I put Houston in there.
I didn't put Houston in there because I don't think they're gonna keep James Harden, but it don't look like they're really trying to move him.
With James Harden, I don't put Houston in there. So because I think James Harden wants out. James Harden wants out. So
Yeah,
right,
if he's the guy that if he's playing, he's gonna hoop.
listen, he hooping, he
So
balling.
but when they get back like right now, John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins, I think they're playing back to backs and stuff like that.
They haven't played all season,
so when they get right, they're gonna be all right.
I gotta see that.
They're gonna be okay. I don't think they're gonna challenge for like the top of the West or anything, but I think they can slide into the.
You think they're top 8
for 10? They can get to that 9-10 seed.
9-10 seed. So I'm looking at the numbers because, like you said, the Kings is this sustainable for the Kings? I say no because I seen the Suns get out to a hot start like this last year, and it wasn't sustainable. So I don't think it's sustainable for the Kings either.
Denver's all to a slow start.
And I think Denver. This is what I'm gonna say about Denver. This is what I'll say about them.
I think they fatigued though.
They might be fatigued, but please play that man. Stop. Just play. Just play him. Play Michael Porter Jr. and give him the touches.
I still say they have a guy. They're playing a guy that doesn't need to be there.
Who? Millsap.
Yep, he needed to be traded.
They re-signed my man 3 years.
He needed to be traded, or you shouldn't have re-signed him. Like I feel like he's taking up a spot for no reason. He doesn't bring, and I'm not saying he doesn't bring anything to the table, but he's preventing other guys who are better than him to get the opportunities that they should be getting. He can be a contributor on a different team. I don't think he meshes and fits this team because he's taken away from a guy like Michael Porter Jr.
and Bobo. So I'm in agreement with you there. But I do think Denver. I think Denver will come out. I think they'll pull out of that slump. But again, it's 2020, man. You never know. So
you never know. That's what I'm saying. You never know.
It's 2020. This might be the Denver Nuggets that we know. You know what I mean? Houston. I legit probably gotta go back and look at the 8 and reevaluate. But I think again, just looking at who the top 8 are right now, I don't think Sacramento can sustain. I don't think Pop starts another run with San Antonio. So I'm with you. I still think Golden State actually kind of makes maybe that 7-8 seed. I just think a Steph Curry led Draymond, and Draymond Green hasn't played all season, but Steph Curry, Draymond Green led team, they can still make a run. And if Andrew Wiggins can play like he did last night, they can make some noise.
Yeah, they can. I still say they can. I still say they can make the playoffs.
I got you. Can make the playoffs. I
still say they can make the playoffs, but I had them being one of those.
I'm with you.
Solidified. They're in the playoffs. They ain't gonna be in a play-in game. I think they're in a play-in game.
I had them as my top 4 team.
I don't think
now I'm borderline. I'm with you. I still think they make playoffs because of Steph Curry. But I'm just watching. I'm like I said, I question can Steve Kerr really coach? I did. Why do you got Kelly Oubre and Andrew Wiggins playing like he's Klay Thompson?
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments. I think he'll make them. I think he's seeing it. I think he's got to get them into better situations. But he's also trying to figure out how they play with Steph. And what's the best way? Is it better to keep? The thing about it is this: right now, outside of Steph, I don't think there's anybody else that can create for other people.
Right. Except Draymond, maybe.
I'm just talking because Draymond not healthy.
Right, I got you.
That's why I was saying right now. I don't think outside of Steph, there's not anybody that can create for everybody else. So
here's my question for you. I got a question for you. Does Toronto make the playoffs? And I think I had them. I think when we did it, I think we both had them as low seeds. Now I'm really questioning: will Toronto make the playoffs? While you thinking about that, I'm gonna give you Toronto. They 0-3 right now, and I'm gonna give you Toronto's next 10. Next,
Say no.
I was looking at like, yo, Toronto legit might not. They got New York, I think it's a dub. They got New Orleans, but I think they're gonna lose. Boston, I think they lose. Phoenix, I think they lose. Sacramento, they could be a win, so they could be 2 wins. Golden State, I think they lose. Portland, I think they lose. They got Charlotte back to back. I think they lose one of those. Dallas, Miami back to back. Indiana back to back. It ain't looking too good. It ain't looking too good for Toronto.
Toronto is not who they were defensively. You can't lose, even though I don't think Marc Gasol is as good a defender as he used to be. You can't lose Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka and think that you're still the same defensive team that you were. And that's what their calling card was last year. They weren't blowing you out. They're not going to run you out the gym. They're going to wear you down defensively. They're going to stay in the game because they can defend, and they're going to make enough shots. Who's the guy that's going to take over games? Pascal Siakam still. We're still waiting to see that guy that was showing off in the
finals.
You know what I mean? In the finals. You know what I mean? We want to see that guy. I mean, he's having a decent year so far this year. You know what I mean? I think he's averaging like 19-9. That's good, but that's not gonna cut it.
No, we need you to take that next step.
We need you in 2023 to 26 right now. That's what, if they want to make the playoffs, they're gonna need him to be at 23 to 26 a night because they're gonna need a guy that can go and get a bucket. Kyle Lowry is great. He's an all-star. Kyle Lowry is not a go-to scoring type guy. That's not his game. I don't know if OG can be that guy. Fred VanVleet is a great story, but he is not a superstar type of guy that's going to carry. He's a complementary piece. Pascal Siakam is the guy that they need to be the man. And he's got to step up and either take that mantle or they need to be still in the search for it. Because I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs.
All right, I agree with you. So that opens up the spot. Because I know you got these two teams I'm going to ask you. I know there's 2 teams you had in the playoffs, and I don't think either are going to make the playoffs. Toronto is one of them. And what is up with your Wizards?
The guy that I said was going to be the problem. It's Scott Brooks. Here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing about it. Let's look at some numbers here, right? They're 0-4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Beal is averaging 32, 5, and 5. Russ is averaging 19,
14 and 13.
14 and 13. So it's not them. It's not them. That's telling me that these guys are performing well. The system and the adjustments aren't working. The system isn't working, and the adjustments that are being made offensively and defensively aren't working. It's the coach on the sideline because Russ has taken a back seat willingly. And Bradley Beal is hooping. It's the coach.
Team I got. So I had Orlando win. I had Atlanta in. But the team I think slides in is Orlando. I don't think either one of those teams make the playoffs. Unless something drastic.
If Washington doesn't make the playoffs this year, and Scott Brooks still has a job next year, I don't know what to say. I've been calling for his job before John Wall got injured.
When John Wall was still healthy, I was telling them Scott Brooks needed to go. And then you're winless with arguably right now healthy, arguably the best backcourt in the NBA.
The healthy backcourt. I'm with you. All right. So, question I have: Spencer Dinwiddie out for the season. How big is that for the Nets?
I thought that, and I still think that opens the Nets up now to being more interested in trading for James Harden. I think that makes them a little bit more intrigued about giving up some things for James Harden. But I don't want to say it's insignificant, but I still think the Nets have enough, even if they don't trade for James Harden, even with Spencer Dinwiddie out, they still have enough to go and win a championship.
Got KD and Kyrie. Not saying that Spencer Dinwiddie is a plug and play. I think Spencer Dinwiddie is a solid player. But when you got KD and Kyrie, I think that they'll probably move Landry Shamet in the lineup, which I think is actually a better fit alongside KD and Kyrie, maybe than Spencer, because Spencer needs the ball in his hand. Landry is a knockdown shooter. So I'm with you. Spencer Dinwiddie, not saying that's insignificant, but I think in this case it's next man up because it's not one of those two. You know what I mean? It's not Kyrie or KD, or Karis LeVert. You know what I mean? So I think it's a big. I think it hurts them a little bit, but I don't think it hurts them to the magnitude that people may think it hurts them.
I think it hurts them because it takes another playmaker off the floor. It hurts with rotation, but I still think they have enough pieces around that they can succeed without him. Unfortunately,
I agree,
but it is a big loss.
Yeah. Just looking at this one real quick. Spencer Dinwiddie was going to be 7 points per game. Landry Shamet in 19 minutes gave you 4 points per game. I think Landry Shamet steps into that starting lineup. He picks up that slack. Sorry to say, but
all right, so he's capable.
Yep. I think that's all the takes I got, man. I don't think I got another take on any of the things. Yeah, I don't got another take. I did want to say this real quick. I did want to shout out to my man, Ellinger, for going out with a bang. Shout out to my man, Ellinger, for going out with a bang.
He better, hey.
But that's all I got, man. That's all I have for the day. That's good, or we're going to final thoughts?
We can do final thoughts.
All right. My final thoughts. Because this is our last episode of 2020, I'm going to say Happy New Year's to you guys. Appreciate you guys rocking out with us in 2020. It's been a crazy year for everybody. I want to say if you lost loved ones, I want to say my condolences. I also want to say that I pray that this made you want to cherish the loved ones that you have, cherish the people that are in your life. And I also want to say I believe that 2020 was the year of vision. And if 2020 didn't make you have a vision, I don't know what would or what will. So I think that if you don't have a vision for 2021 on where you want to go coming off of 2020, I think that you really need to figure it out like ASAP, like within the next 2 days, or because we only got 2 more days in 2020. No, actually, one more day. We only got one more day in 2020. So I would say my final thought would be cherish your loved ones, get a vision, get a game plan, and execute that game plan for 2020. That's my final thought.
I'm with you, bro. My final thought is how come LeBron and KD can't have a moment? You know, like every time something happens, they can't just let it happen. KD gets dunked on, and it's LeBron would have got drugged through the mud if this had happened to him, yada yada yada. And everybody's like, man, why can't one of those guys ever just have a moment to themselves? Like LeBron had nothing to do with KD getting dunked on last night. Nothing. He had nothing to do with it. But he had to be part of the conversation. Like, let those guys just have moments of their own, and let them be their own guys by themselves. Let them just have their moments, whether it's positive or negative. KD got dunked on. It was just about KD getting dunked on. Move on. But we always have to somehow bring someone else into the conversation. It's weird.
Natural basketball. Getting dunked on is a basketball.
I always say this. If you get dunked on and you jumped, it's because you were playing defense. It's not like you were playing defense. It's cool. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what he actually gets paid to do. It's part of his job description. Unfortunately, I know he's a great scorer and all, but it's actually in his job description to play defense. And there's a chase down block. Like, it wasn't like it was chest to chest coming off the lane. Like, it was a chase down block, but he did get dunked on. It was pretty nasty, but it had nothing to do with LeBron. Leave LeBron.
Listen. LeBron got his shot pinned a couple of times. Natural. It's just like you said, man. It's natural.
Part of the game.
Part of the game. So I'm with you, bro. Hey, listen, y'all. Love y'all again. Holler at us if y'all want to do anything with the show moving forward. If y'all want to be a part of the show, if y'all want to be a part of the lineup that we got coming out in 2021, or if you want to hop on to discuss anything basketball, football, baseball, whatever it is that you're excited about, you're passionate about, we want to hear from you guys. Please make sure that you smash that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, share it with a friend. But that's our show for the day. That's our final show for 2021 or for 2020. And I'm looking forward to exciting things in 2021. Till next time, y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Speak on.
Happy New Year, people.